Steve has the custom basket in.
There can't be two Alpha Titans.
Who bows to who?
Kong bows to no one.
The world needs Kong.
There's something provoking me into war.
Alright guys, we're headed to Steve's to do the fuel system today. We got an extra, because I tried to come with as little gas as possible. I tried to get there around a quarter. Actually, I wanted to get there on fumes, but I was so low coming home from work Friday, I had to put gas in at least to get home. So it will be a little heavier than usual, but it's okay. Shouldn't be that big of an issue. We're still going to be under a quarter tank for them. Truck's ready to go. Well, all we need now is the fuel system and some wide open throttle tuning to really get this thing dialed in. I did we have the break-in mileage. It's like 480. They said anywhere from 300 to 500. I got the 480, and I'm like, by the time I get to Steve's, it's gonna be over 500. No big deal. So I changed the oil already. I did that myself. I put in the Pennzoil 0W40 full synthetic, the SRT branded stuff. The reason it makes the SRT branded is actually the only one that's not Euro. The other one says Euro on it, so that's recommended by Josh. That's what I use in the 5.7 all Pennzoil. So we're headed to Steve's now. I have been opening her up a little bit more, half throttle. She moves. I will tell you, she absolutely moves at half throttle. Haven't really tried a wide open throttle hit yet. We don't have the fuel system. I don't want to go lean real quick and then boom, bang, boom. So we're just going to be staying, cruising, but I can drive a little bit heavier now. You know what I mean? I don't have to drive. I was driving like a baby back and forth to work to get these miles on. I didn't want to go off your highway miles. I do have a lot of the highway miles on it, but that's okay. They said it was fine. No big deal. They haven't had issues. No, we shouldn't have issues. It's still a vehicle. People got to take their vehicles to work, so it is what it is. And we will get to Steve's, guys, and we'll get this video started with an install for the fuel system and just a wide open throttle tuning. Maybe I'll show you guys some hits today. Not too sure. Want to see how things go, and I'll see you guys at Steve's. All right, I'm getting everything laid out for Steve. Here's our feed line, 8 AN Spelab feed line. Here's our return line, 6 AN Spelab return line, which is just an extra hose I already have ready coming off of the pump going to our filter and our check valve, and that goes to a Y block that goes into the rails, and the rails back into the regulator, and the regulator back into the pump. So just laying it all out for Steve, and we'll get this thing started, and hopefully everything goes well, and we get ready just a wide open throttle hits today, guys. Can't wait. All right, we got the stock fuel tank out. Steve's gonna replace, knock that loose, and we're gonna replace it with, as you can see, the custom basket I made. We'll get that in where I run the new lines, and we'll go from there, guys. You see, he's got everything out, up and ready. I got all the stuff laid out for the fuel and ready to go. We got Steve swapping over the fuel level sensor. The reason we're using this one is because this one's basically maybe a year or so old, and like I said, the truck's not daily, so we know it works because we just replaced it a couple years ago. So we need to make sure it works, that's all. The only thing we're actually using off of the stock wiring is actually just the fuel level sensor. Everything else is going to be wired up somewhere else. So Steve has the custom basket in, and now he's going to work on, I guess, I don't know what he's working on next. Lines or fittings, or I don't know yet. Guess he's trying to figure that out, what to do right away after that. Alright, we got Steve under here, getting the lines hooked up. So what he's doing is, the clamps I have right there, he's drilling the clamps in for the lines. I think we're going to run the regulator over here. And run the fuel lines to here. We'll get more detail into that once we're ready for that area. I had to fix the intake that was coming off. That's tight. Nice.
see if we can see a little video of it. All right, as you can see, he's got the lines looking great. There's the fuel filter, the check valve we have. And I'm up to the front there, fellas. This is all in. Just got to finish running lines. And then we have to do the wiring for the FC2 controller. But coming along good so far. Alright guys, so Steve's done in the rear of the truck. Now he's going to lift up the front. He's going to have to finish up in the front, right around the firewall area. We're going to run the Y block, and the Y block going into the back of the billet fuel rails. And when we get the back of the billet fuel rails, and then out the front of the rails goes into the regulator. And then the regulator, we're going to have our return line, run back into the pump, or run back into the, run back into the basket and the pumps, guys. So he's making some progress, doing really good. Spelab line, guys, they're really good lines. Hit them up, really quality, great lines. Had no issues with them so far. We'll know more once you get this thing installed. So, very excited, man, very excited. Hopefully today we can get some wide open throttle tuning going on this thing too. That would be huge. All right guys, so far as you can see here, we got the Y block running to all the feed. Y block coming from the pump, running into the back. And we're gonna have the two return, well, I guess kind of return, going right into the regulator, which is gonna be around here somewhere, and then run that back. And then we gotta wire up the FC2 controller. We're getting there, guys, we're getting there. Alright guys, I'm going to go over a bunch of this, what we got going here right now. Everything in here is done. All the lines are ran. The Y block running to the front. We have the front, and we're actually doing this a little differently. We're going to get a better thing for this, by the way. We're not keeping that like that. That's just what we have for now, so we can read the pressure meter. We weren't too fond of it up over there. Looks cleaner out of the way, looks a little bit better, but we are going to get a better setup than this. He's just got this in here for now. So, but yeah, all the lines are ran. Everything is 100% ran. He's just working on the FC2 controller now, getting the wiring done on that, and then we'll be firing her up very shortly. So yeah, exciting stuff, guys. Alright guys, we are home from the fuel system. We ran into a very big issue on the way home, not with the fuel system or the motor. It was actually the pulley and the belt things. I'm going to show you what happened, and I actually got broke down halfway there. I did a wide open throttle hit. It ran, like, it was hard to really look and see what I was doing, but we did a nasty wide open throttle hit with the fuel system. Everything looked good. AFR was good, fuel pressure was good, but we shredded a belt, and I'm going to show you what happened. Alright guys, finish up with the fuel system. This is how we have the FC2 controller. He didn't have any self-tappers to put it right there. I think it's a great spot because I can still put stuff in there. They can lay stuff in here instead of have the wires going across or anything like that. I do have self-tappers myself. I'm going to do that myself. I have them long enough to go in here, so I'll be getting that done in a minute. Here is the belt that the issues that we had. We shredded it. I think it walked off the tensioner. Not too sure. We're going to figure it out. But the fuel system is running great, and the motor's running great. That's all that matters to me. But as you can see, we destroyed the belt. And to actually get home, what Steve did, I'll show you. This is the stock belt for the stock pulley. He actually took off the, right here, so we can get home. He took off the, oh, it's hot. He took off the idler, the adjustable idler, and just made it work just so I can get home. And there was no issues getting home. It was nice and smooth and cool and everything else. But yeah, this, I think we might need a new tensioner, idle tensioner pulley, sorry, right here. This thing was shaking pretty good, so we might have to look into that. We're going to look into some things, guys. We got to figure out what's going on. But fuel system's running great. Truck's running great. Truck ran great on the way home. It's just when I went wide. Like, I'm not going to wide open throttle yet until we figure out the belt system. I'm going to need the belt fit great. Might have been too tight. It might have walked off the pulley. I'm not 100% sure. Obviously, I'm going to figure it out. But for right now, let's just, yeah, I'm just glad I'm home. And we're going to go from there, guys. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll talk to you guys on the next one. Peace.